Hello, welcome back to my video. So today we are going to learn about errors. So I will make some errors like always, and today we are going to learn how to maintain them, how to catch them. Also, as you already guess, maybe, today I'm going to show you how we can use our try-catch block, which is known from other programming languages like Java, C#, PHP, etc. So let's start from the errors which I'm going to show you today, which I'm going to make in this kind of lesson. So the first error which I want to show you today is called syntax error. So syntax error is something which is like an inbuilt program error which is going to take place every time when we write something badly. So basically, if we trying to put like instructions of a program which aren't exist, which are not understandable by this program, this syntax error will take place. So basically I will show you in the instructions everything on this, just take a while and you will see. So another kind of error, it will be like a zero division error. So this error basically takes place when we are going to divide any kind of number, for example 5 or 107 by 0. So as we know from maths that we can't divide by 0, it is impossible. So basically this kind of error will take place in this kind of situations when we are trying to divide any number by 0. Another kind of error, it is our it will be like a type error. So basically this kind of error will take place when we are trying to compare, like not compare, but to concatenate differently. Actually, when we're trying to add, for example, a string and integer, or for example a boolean and a string, when we're trying to add a text and a number. So this kind of error will take place in this kind of situation. So basically there are other errors, but I won't show you today this kind of errors, maybe another time, yes. So first error, it is like a import error. It can be like here we can see our import error, and we have some other errors, so we just can write like etc, and that's it. So at the moment let's try to make our first error. So let's start. So at first we are writing our try block, like in every programming language who already programmed in any language. We already know this. If you don't know, just watch and you will see what we will do today. So let's write for example print, and let's make our first error. So first error, it will be like a syntax error. Basically, as already told you, that the syntax error is not it is difficult to maintain it, because it is like inbuilt program error. When we make any kind of errors like that, something like we can write like that, yes. So this is basically a syntax error, and in this kind of situation, how we can maintain this? We can maintain this by actually very easily. We need to write our except, and we can write our syntax error, but basically this thing won't work like that. It won't give us any errors, but it won't maintain it. Let's print, and you will see what I'm trying to tell you here. Basically we can write like this is our syntax error, yes, and we can write like occurred. Okay, and basically at the moment if we execute our program, we will get our first error, which is syntax error. So basically we can see here like we have syntax error, invalid syntax, but we haven't get our text here. So this is basically because the syntax error can't be maintained like that, because as I already told you, it would be impossible to work like that, because the syntax error is our like main, like base, like general kind of error, which is inbuilt in in programming languages. So let's just write another error and let's see what happens when we write an error, like a zero division error. We can write like that, yes, and we can print something. So let's print, for example, as you can see here, we can give like a single quotes or double quotes, that doesn't matter in this case. We can use any of them. So at the moment I'm going to write here like u, okay, the number I will write it differently, can't be divided by zero, or by zero, like that. Let's write. And okay, so basically if I can put it in the comments, because I want to leave all this code here for testing purposes. So let's write it is like a syntax error, occurred. Okay, another is here, zero division error, and at the moment I'm going to write something like that. So we are trying to divide any number by zero. So for example 7 divided by 0, we write here. And at the moment if we try to execute our program, we can see that our error is taking place at the moment. So the number can be divided by 0, and in this case this is working. Another example, I can make our type error. So at the moment we will try to invoke our type error. So in this case we will print, for example, right now in a single quotes, and we can say like that. So type error is taking place now, yes, and I will comment this as well and leave here like a zero division error, and here I can print something like type error. So for example, if we write like a 74, okay, and plus some kind of string, some kind of text, so let's write something like that, and in this case this kind of exception will take place. Okay, so type error is taking place now and it's working. So basically these three errors, they are actually like a general error, so they're most important to know, most important to use. There are a lot of errors in Python programming language, but these are the general. So you will use them the more often. So this is the reason why I'm showing this at the moment to you. Another kind of section which I want to show you today, it is called accept. So accept is basically like a default section in our programming languages, like Java, for example. We had a default section. So in this section, it will take place if any of these kind of exceptions haven't been invoked actually. So let's make an example. So for example, if we print something at the moment, to understand what I'm saying at the moment, you can see this kind of example. So this is this take place when any other exception haven't appeared. So basically this kind of sector will take place in this situation, and it is actually in another programming language. I don't remember at the moment. Maybe it's PHP, maybe C#, but it called like overs block. Yes. So basically in Java it is like a default. In this it is like overs, and this will take place when any of these errors haven't appeared in our program. So basically let's try to invoke it at the moment. So what we can do here, we can make for example, let's just print, and let's print text. So for example, something, and in this kind of situation any of these errors won't take place, but this exception will take place. So basically because it's not taking place for some reason, so I need to check why. And okay, we can for example comment this kind of error, and in this kind of situation this kind of exception must take place, but we can write like a type error. So we can write something like that, like before, and at the moment we can see that our error appears. This take place when any other exception haven't appeared. So it's working. We can see that it's working like that. And what next I want to show you today? I want to show you how we can declare our own errors. So basically we have here in Python one of the interesting instructions, commands as well. You can call it anyway. So basically what we can do here, we can try to use our new. Okay, so let's start from our if statement. For example, if no, it actually called rise, and for example we must give it any name for this error which is already in our Python library by default. So we can write like that, like rise type error, our type error, but in this case type error, it will give us different text, like in this situation, but this kind of different example which doing actually the same, but we can make some kind of instruction. So for example, if we write here like our if statement, and before that we need to make a variable. So for example, n equals to let's write something and if n equals to something, in this kind of situation we can raise this kind of error. So basically it's not right like that, but we must write like that. So after we are writing like that, accept and type error, and in this case we can print something. So for example, we can print here like let's write it like that. Yeah, I think it will be okay like that, I think. So accept type error, and let's print our created error appears, and let's check what happens now. So what we can see here, so indentation error, unexpected indent. So basically in this case we have another kind of error. So this is not working for some reason, indentation. So I need to remember how to create this kind of. Okay, at the moment we can see that Python 5.5 file, the number can be divided by 0, syntax default accept must be exist. Okay, so basically in this kind of situation we can write like that, try and something, if n equals to something, we're raising our type error, and after our error must take place. So here we can see this take place when any other exception haven't occurred, our created error appears. So basically it is working like that. At the moment we invoked our error, and it is working like that. So basically what next I want to show today. So let's comment this, because I want to make this understandable for you. So let's write like our own error in our instructions. Yes, and another kind of example, it can be with class. So at the moment I can write like a own error, and we can write here something like a exception, for example. Yes, and here we can write something like a pass. So just do nothing, just leave it like that, and after we need to invoke this kind of an error. So how we can invoke it? It is actually, we need to write our error name like that. So own error, and we can write here like a exception. So this is basically another kind of example, actually, how the errors can be used in Python. So this is our class error, and it must work at the moment. So let's check what happens now. And here we have our syntax error, invalid syntax, exception error, class own error, line 5. Okay, so basically here what we must do, we need to give our double dots like always, and at the moment we can see that we have no any errors. We have just our clear example of a compilation. So basically we can write here something like a print as well. We can make any calculations or something else. It must work in this case because we are invoking. So this is our class, error. Okay, and here we can see that it's working. So basically this is all what I wanted to show you today, and have a nice day and see you in the next tutorial.